Hello everybody. Today I'm going to teach sun salutation A and B in the yoga practice. It's a series of movements that allows every part of the body to find space and ease. Before we start a yoga practice, we usually come into cross-legged seated position if that's comfortable for you. You can sit on a block or on a book just to make your spine a little bit longer and your pelvis more comfortable. Usually we bring our hands towards our heart center and maybe place the thumbs towards our heart, and we start to relax here a little bit. Sometimes there is discomfort in the body, but we try to breathe in and out and just become aware of any discomforts in the body and try and allow yourself to find a little bit of breath to soften a bit. If you feel uncomfortable, just open the feet a little bit or shift around a little bit so that you feel a bit more comfortable. The most important thing in seated position is that you draw in the belly slightly, lengthen your spine a little bit, and just be very soft. Very, very soft through your neck and through your face. Soft skin on your face, all of those things. So we take 5 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. You should feel a little bit different after the 5 breaths. But to deepen that breath work a little further, we just become connected with our physical body. Take your right hand over your belly and your left hand over your heart. And as you breathe, try and push into that right hand so that the belly expands a little. And as you exhale, just allow it to come back home to yourself. Inhale, filling. Exhale, just allowing everything to settle. Take 5 more of these. And as you inhale peace. And as you exhale, just exhale with a smile. The yoga practice can be seen as a moving meditation. Allowing yourself to come back home to yourself and just allow the outside influences to dissipate slightly and just come back home to your own body, your own breath. All is good. We take a few little warm-up movements first before we come into standing position at the top of the mat to teach our sun salutation today. Sun salutation can be taken many, many times throughout the day. The sun salutation was written for morning practice, but as the years have gone on, we realize that the sun can be taken into your body at any time of the day for any reason, for just some movement in your body, for it to become a bit clearer in your thinking, and to take away some pain in the lower back or in the legs or in the ankles. Just general movement is good for anything really. So from here we interlock our fingers and we push out, filling into the arms, lift up and release, opening up through the shoulders on a physical level, and we're surrounding the body with loving kindness on an emotional and spiritual level. So that's the difference between yoga and going to the gym, I would say, that it kind of allows for an awareness of the body and the mind as well as everything else. So we interlock up and around. Usually 3 movements is fine here. Then we take that right hand, bring it to the outside of the left knee and reach back. And just reach back a little bit. Sometimes this is your limit. Sometimes we can reach really further, and then just as you notice the hand reaching back, the chin tends to rise up. Try and draw it down and bring it towards the shoulder. And take 3 breaths here. There's a tendency to be bent in the elbow here. Try and fill into that arm so it grows long and strong. 2 and 3. And then rhythmically coming back to the center, finding your neutral spine, your neutral pelvis, your neutral hips, and head on over to the other side. Pressing into the outside of the knee, reaching back, looking and observing where your limitations is, and let there be no judgment here. Everyone's body is perfect as it is. We're all just trying to find a little bit of space and movement. So reach back and maybe gaze towards that hand if your neck allows it. If not, just find your ease and stability and stay there and breathe a little. Coming back to center, nice and slowly. Try to unravel your feet if you can. I'm just going to move back a little bit onto my mat now so you can see where I'm at. Okay, sometimes in this video, because I'm quite limited in the space that I have, you may not see the top of my head, but you'll be able to hear my cues and you'll be able to understand a little bit. So try and bring the feet together if you can. Sometimes, depending on our hip opening or our limitations within our pelvis, out here is enough, but try and bring those feet together. Bring the hands behind your sit bones. Lift your pelvis off the ground by pressing into the fingers and shoot the pelvis forward. And this here is your limit. Don't worry if your knees are up here. Over time, with yoga practice, the hips do start to open a little bit. So try and claw your way forward and hold on to the feet, the ankles, or the legs. And we're going to find a little bit of spinal movement here before we stand. So we inhale, take a little back bend and reach back, look up. And as you exhale, bring the elbows in towards your arm and round off like an angry cat, bringing the chin down to your chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, elbows in, come down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, coming down. Beautiful. Coming back up again, draw the knees in towards the body. Widen the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Bring the hands down onto the ground and just allow the flow of movement and the flow of blood to come into the pelvis area. Sometimes in wide leg and wide knee and feet together, it can be a little bit challenging on the hips and we can feel a little bit of discomfort here. So really what we're trying to do in our yoga practice is we are trying to find some blood flow in places where it's stagnant energy, and that's usually around the joints, around the hips, the knees, the ankles, the elbows and the shoulders. And in Ireland we're quite a damp country, so we have lots of arthritis, and we try to kind of move as much as we can so that we don't have any stagnant energy or stagnant blood flow. Beautiful. So now we're going to come into a standing position. So we can come two ways. We can cross the ankles, push into the floor and lift up this way. So we come to standing, which is a bit more challenging. Or we just bring the feet over to the side and come in to tabletop this way. Then we kick up into our downward facing dog and we can walk our way forward to the front of the mat. We come into standing position here. Okay. So we inhale, we rise up, reaching into the hands. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit and we come back down. Inhale, look out in a flattish back. Draw in the belly and become engaged in the belly here. Bring the hands to either side of the feet, but you'll probably need to bend into your knees to get down here. Walk back. You're in a plank position here, which can be challenging for most people unless you've done it lots of times. You either come down this way in a press up called Chaturanga Dandasana, or you come down onto your knees and then lift your feet slightly and come down with the elbows tucked into the ground. Leave the legs down and inhale, rise up. And just here is enough. If you feel that you can't push into the hands, you can come into baby cobra here, or push up if you feel you have the mobility in your lower spine. From here, just tuck your toes under, bring your bum back towards your heels and kick yourself up into your first downward facing dog. For most people here, this downward facing dog can be quite challenging and the knees are bent and the heels are high. Over time, you'll find length coming into your body. Stay here for 5 breaths, breathing in and breathing out the best way that you can. Don't judge your body now. Just allow an observance that this is where you're at right now. And over time, everything becomes a little longer and a bit more spacious. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, look forward and walk, excuse me, up to the top of the mat. Inhale, look out in a flat back. Exhale, come down with a little bend in your knees with your head forward in a forward fold. And then push into the feet and rise up. Always remain grounded through the feet here, because there can be some dizziness here when we're going up and down a lot and the head comes down. So always ground through the feet intentionally. So we're going to do 4 more of those. Inhale, rise up to the top. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, look out in a flat back, and exhale, walk back. Come to the ground, either on your knees or through your shoulders, and inhale, rise up, pushing into the pelvis, knees and the feet. Tuck your toes under, send your bum back towards them, and shoot yourself up into downward facing dog. Let the feet be hip distance apart. Draw in the belly here, push into the fingertips, clawing into the mat. A little space between the inside of your hand and the mat, so you're gripping and holding as if you're twisting off a jam jar that's very tight. Let your head be heavy here. Look up inside your body so that your neck feels soft and easy. And bend the knees, look forward, and we walk, step or hop to the top. So we can walk, step or hop. I like to jump sometimes. Inhale in a flat back, look out. Exhale, come forward. And inhale, rise up, reaching to the sky, and then you bring your hands down towards the sides of the body in Samastitihi. 3 more of these. Inhale, rising. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, looking out in a flat back, and bend the knees, walk back. You're in a plank position now. Draw the elbows in, come to the floor and rise up, pushing into the knees and feet. Tuck toes under, downward facing dog. So we're learning today sun salutation A and B. And we do this a couple more times to get into that flow and to get into that discipline of moving rhythmically with the breath and movement synchronized. 1. Head looks up into the belly. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Bend the knees, look forward, jump, step or hop to the top. Inhale in a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise up, reaching up, hands in the air. And on the exhalation, we bring our hands down towards our body. Okay, 1 more time. Inhale, rising. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, looking out. Exhale, coming back. Don't worry if you lose your breath. Just do your best. Inhale, rising. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. So we reset the body in the downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is like a triangle. Don't worry if your knees are bent. You do what you can. Send your sit bones up to the sky and feel supported in your long spine. And 2. Tendency to look out here. Maybe just let the head be natural. Just let it hang whatever way it needs to hang. 3. 4. And 5. Bend into the knees. Look forward, jumping. Inhale, look out in a flat back. And exhale, come down. Inhale, rise up with straight legs if you can, reaching. And bring your hands down by your side, Samastitihi. Okay, so from here, we're going to move into Surya Namaskara B, Sun Salutation B, where we add a few more movements. We start in Utkatasana, which is the shape of a kind of an awkward chair. Bring the bum down towards the heels, point towards the floor with straight arms, and inhale, rise up. Open the arms now so the shoulders are finding opening. Tendency to tilt here. Try and keep a nice neutral spine by drawing in your belly, and then exhale, come down to the floor. Straighten the legs, head comes down. Inhale in a flat back 1 more time. Exhale, hands to the ground and walk back. Similar to before, except we start in awkward chair. We come to the floor, we inhale as before. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time we take the right foot up into the air, right knee into the body, and we shoot it through in a runner's lunge. Watch as the back foot drops down. Inhale now, turning the pelvis slightly towards that front leg. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, bring both hands down to the ground. But as you come down, the back foot turns, the heel turns to support the pelvis. 2 feet back. Down you come, up you come, inhaling. Exhaling. Where there's a right, there's a left. Left foot rising. Left knee into your body. Gives you a chance to shoot it forward. Drop the back foot. Inhale, rising. Exhale, bring the hands down to either side of the foot. Rhythmically moving. Left foot comes back and down. Up you come, inhale. Exhale. Resetting the body in your downward facing dog. In the Ashtanga practice, of which I trained in, we would do 5 rounds of each of these to warm the body up. And this is what this video is about today. The start
of that primary series that I trained in, which is beneficial to all people and achievable for all people. And breathing 4 and 5. But we break it down, we take it bit by bit, bending into the knees, looking forward, jump, step or walk to the top, inhale in a flat back, exhale, forward fold, and we finish where we start, bending in the knees, rising up in Utkatasana, awkward chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pushing and releasing. Beautiful. So if you need to take a break here, take a break. And you can always take a break in child's pose, where you come to the ground and reach your hands out in front. Or I'm just leaving my sports partnership t-shirt here, so you know that that's who I'm representing today, but I'm getting a bit warm now, which is what happens in yoga practice. So we're going to take 2 more sun salutations B, where we bend and we lunge and we come into warriors. And this is a comprehensive practice itself. Once you breathe in the beginning, take your sun salutations, and then come to the ground and take Shavasana. That's 1 full class for you, no problem. Bending in the knees, rise up, inhale, holding here, just for a moment to find the perfect posture for you. Exhale, come down. Inhale, look out. Exhale, walk back to the back of the mat, nice and long. Draw those elbows in, and either on the knees or through the shoulders, come down to the ground. Inhale, rising. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot rising, right knee in towards the body and shoot it forward. Drop the back foot. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come down. Right foot comes back, plank, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot rising, left knee into the body, left knee shoots through. Runner's lunge, drop the back foot, rising, inhale. Exhale, come down. 2 feet back. Really pressing into the fingertips now, down with control. Inhale, rising. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reset the body now. Breathing in and breathing out. When you start yoga first, it's hard to remember the breath and the movement. But the more you do, the easier it becomes. Like everything new, it takes discipline and time and effort to learn something new. Nice and easy, with a curious mind and a lack of judgment, all will be well. And 5. Bend the knees, look forward, walk, step or hop. Inhale, look out in a flat back. Exhale, come forward, bend in the knees again, taking Utkatasana to finish. And Samasthiti. Beautiful. We're going to take 1 more of these before we come to the ground, and we finish in our first class today. Bending in the knees, Utkatasana, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look out. Exhale, come back. Inhale, in 1 breath, we come to the floor and we rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot rising, right foot through, drop the back foot, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot rising, left knee in, shoot it through, drop the back foot, inhale, rising. Exhale, down we come. Trust your body, inhale. Exhale. 5 breaths. And 1. And you'll notice your body is changing as you move through the sun salutations. It starts to open a bit. Sometimes there's discomfort when you start first. And 2. And 3. And 4. Drawing in the belly the whole time, really protecting the pelvis. And 5, bending in the knees, looking forward, jump, step or hop, inhale in a flat back. Exhale, come forward. Bend in the knees, finishing in Utkatasana for Surya Namaskara B. And 1. And 2. And 3. Pushing up and down we come. Beautiful. So we're going to come to the mat and we're going to finish this short video today.
in a pranayama, crossing the ankles, bringing the hands in prayer, and breathing 5 breaths here. And coming back to the belly and the heart, take 5 breaths here. Beautiful. We interlock the fingers like we did at the start of class, and we push out, up and around, surrounding the body with loving kindness. Gather what we need, not too much, not too little, out, up and around. One more time, interlocking, out, up and around. Beautiful. Just take that twist again, just to observe where your body is at. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, reaching back. And 1, 2, and 3. Releasing, coming back to center, always finding neutral spine before we head over to the other side, reaching back. Notice the difference in your body now, from the start to the finish. So today we've taken these lovely twists, and then we've taken sun salutation A and B, a comprehensive sequence of movements that allows the whole body to find peace and space. At the end of every yoga class, we always lie down to find Shavasana. And Shavasana can bring you into a state of peacefulness in the body and rest. And how yoga is a little bit different to other sports is that at the end, we always come back home to ourselves by lying down, taking Shavasana. And the 8th limb of Ashtanga Yoga is Samadhi. And Samadhi means a pocket of bliss or contentment at the end of practice. And that's what we aim to do. So to take Shavasana, we just turn around, keep our knees bent and lie ourselves down on the ground. Make sure your lower back feels connected with the floor, and then we release one leg out and then the other. And if you feel a bit uncomfortable in your back, just keep your knees bent and just let your hands open up to the side, chin comes down. And we stay here for as long as you're comfortable, and we try to soften everything. So there's no effort now. There's no need for thoughts or effort. There's just you and your body. And we don't breathe so aggressively here. We just allow everything to just settle and be. And we scan our body and we soften it from our feet into our knees, knees into our pelvis, pelvis into our belly, belly into our heart, heart into our throat, throat into our third eye. And we allow everything to just completely settle in Shavasana. And we stay here for as long as we possibly can. There is no limit or end to Shavasana. There just is whatever suits your lifestyle. And when you're ready, turn it over onto your right side. Right side is recommended to support the heart. We push into the top hand and we bring ourselves back up to seated. And at the end, we thank everybody that's helped us in our life. Our mammies, our daddies, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, teachers, anyone that's made a significant difference in our life. Because we have become attuned to the love and compassion within our own bodies, we now share it at the end of our yoga practice. Parama Rishipyo Namaha. Parama Rishipyo Namaha. Namaste.